Deep inside a lush green forest lived a mighty lion named Vajra. He was known as the king of the jungle, and whenever he roared, every creature froze in fear. His strength was unmatched, and because of that, his pride grew bigger every day. Among the many animals of the forest lived a tiny squirrel named Chapal, quick, humble, and always helpful to everyone around. One day, driven by arrogance, Vajra called a grand meeting of all animals. Standing tall, he declared, "I am the greatest and the strongest in this entire forest. Because of my power, peace is maintained here. None of you truly matter." The animals stood silently, but Chapal gathered the courage to step forward. With a calm voice, he said, "Your Majesty, your strength is truly extraordinary. But sometimes, even the smallest member can make a big difference. The real power of this forest comes from working together." Vajra burst into laughter. "Ha ha ha ha! You, a tiny creature like you? What could you ever do? Go away and don't waste my time." Humiliated but not angry, Chapal quietly returned to his tree, knowing that one day the lion would understand. A few days later, Vajra went out hunting alone, deeper into the jungle than ever before. Without realizing it, he stepped into a trap set by hunters, a heavy net made of thick rope mixed with steel wires. No matter how hard he pulled or how loudly he roared, the net would not dare. His mighty strength, the pride of the forest, had become useless. Hearing his desperate roars, the elephant, the bear, and many other strong animals rushed to help. They all tried to break the net, but it was tied too high, too tightly, and too skillfully. After countless attempts, even they gave up. Vajra collapsed to the ground, defeated and terrified. For the first time, he felt helpless. At that very moment, Chapal the squirrel arrived. He looked up at the net and immediately understood that the ropes were too close together for large animals, but perfect for a small creature like him. With a gentle voice, he said, "Your Majesty, don't worry. You don't need great strength here. You need precision, speed, and patience." Chapal climbed the net effortlessly, weaving through the ropes with his tiny body. Using his sharp teeth, he began cutting the key knots one by one. Slowly, the tension in the net began to loosen. Finally, with a last cut, the net sagged and Vajra jumped free, breathing heavily but alive. The mighty lion stood silent for a moment. Then, with deep humility, he bowed his head to the little squirrel. "Chapal, I was wrong," he said softly. "In my pride, I forgot that everyone in this forest has their own importance. Your size is not your weakness, it is your strength. Today, you saved my life." From that day forward, Vajra never looked down on any creature again. He made Chapal his trusted advisor and promised that every decision in the forest would include the voices of both the strong and the small. And so, the jungle grew more peaceful and powerful because every member, big or tiny, was respected for who they were. The forest learned a lesson that day. True strength doesn't come from power alone. It comes from unity, respect, and understanding the value of every life.